I'm not going to lie. It's nothing else really to be said except the fact that Russell Westbrook played sensational. He played very, very well. And, he played so good that I feel like he reminded us that the reason why he is a top 75 player. And, the crazy thing is he didn't show any of this or remotely close to a sign of this on the Lakers. But when he gets on the Clippers, all of a sudden he gets an opportunity and he shows everybody, the old Russell Westbrook. And I don't know if that's just, a coincidence or, whatever the case may be. But, I haven't seen Russ play like that in a long time. And you probably haven't either. And the fact that he played like that in a game of that magnitude, really without Kawhi Leonard, which hopefully everything is good with him. He's questionable for, tonight's game or whatever, but hopefully he actually comes through. If not, hopefully he'll be back the next game. But either way, Russell Westbrook came through in a huge way, for the Clippers. 36 points. He had double-digit assists, and he only had like 2 or 3 turnovers. I mean, when you get that type of production out of Russell Westbrook, of course, you are grateful for that. Now, it's not something that he's going to be able to do consistently, I don't believe, but regardless of that, Russ, even though he does turn the ball over, he's trying to keep his turnovers down. He's trying to be a little bit better. He's trying to be more responsible with his actions and his turnovers. And I like that. I really like the fact that he's really trying to be that way, because that's the Russell Westbrook they need him to be. They really don't need him dropping 30 plus points. But of course, if there's no Kawhi, no PG, then you go out there and you do your thing, but you have the green light. But either way, they need you to be a less turnover worthy prone type point guard. And if he can keep it between 2 to 3 turnovers a game, which would be a huge accomplishment for him, that would be ideal for the Clippers. They would love that, because if they have their 2 superstars, which hopefully they both get healthy, soon, I believe Kawhi will be okay, but hopefully PG, his situation goes, well. But either way, if they have Kawhi and PG with him not turning the ball over and can give them 6 to 8 assists on average per game and maybe give them 8 to 12 points, I mean, with a few rebounds, I mean, they're looking really good with him, because one thing Russ can do for them, he can push that pace. He can move fast with the younger unit, and they can push it and go 100 miles an hour, especially with Terrence Mann. He's definitely, a high energy type guy, what I'm saying? And then Bones Highland is too. So I felt like them working together really actually, made them look formidable, what I'm saying, as like, a part of the, the team as a whole. You see what I'm saying? Because now when you look at what those packages have, if you add Kawhi and PG into the fact, with Russell Westbrook playing like that, maybe not putting up 36 points, but playing with that type of energy and pace with less turnovers, I mean, you're talking about a team that can possibly go far in the playoffs. But of course, with the Clippers, is always health over everything. Health over talent, health over the record, the standings. It's like health over everything with them, because that's just been their Achilles heel. Either way, I like what I'm seeing. I like what I saw that game specifically. I mean, they had Ja Morant. It didn't even matter. I mean, the Clippers really, shout out to Robert Covington too. I mean, he really played, very inspiring basketball. I mean, for a guy who never plays, who never really gets much playing time, and who's been kind of like looked at as like being in the doghouse, he comes out and he hits like every single 3-pointer he looked at. I think he went like 7 for 7 or something like that. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it's just, the fact that him and Russ like went 12 for 12 from threes, like combined, I believe, that was crazy all on its own. I don't know if they can repeat that, but I mean, I say this much. I said it before, when Ty Lue made that starting lineup change, put the Nicholas Batum in there and have Rocco come behind him, that's going to make all the world difference for the Clippers, because like I said, you got Nicholas Batum, a good defender, a lengthy defender who can defend 1 through 5. And then when he sits down, you got a younger version of Nicholas Batum in Robert Covington who could defend, the positions 1 through 5. And, that game also, Norm Powell made a return. He only had like 13 points, but shout out to him too, because he's another weapon that they'll have out there along with Russ and Kawhi when he comes back until PG gets back. And then that's a weapon that's very, very useful, because he can come off the bench and drop huge numbers at any time, any day. He can just do that. And we all know that. So You add that with Russell Westbrook and you playing with less turnovers, and Kawhi being there, being healthy along with PG, this could work. I mean, it really can. But it like I said, I don't want to get excited off of one huge game by Russell Westbrook, but this game does have some magnitude to it because it shows us that Russell Westbrook can play, in control at times, and it shows that he's really trying to be what the Clippers need him to be. Whatever they ask him to do, he's really doing his best to try and do that. And it shows us that he's really putting the effort in as much as he can. Now, I know Russ is not going to be perfect. He's still going to make boneheaded plays. And the next couple games, he'll be back to Russ for real. That was the Russ from like 5 years ago we saw against the Memphis Grizzlies. You see what I'm saying? The other night, that was that Russ. So I don't know if we're going to see that Russ going forward. But regardless of that, if he can just keep the turnovers down, as I say, and kind of play with a little bit more control in his game and allow Kawhi to, run the offense more through him and let him kind of dictate it along with PG, and he just, be on the rebound, the back end, and be what they need him to be, and not, harm the team with his turnovers. As I said, they will be fine. They'll be a really good team. I'm talking a team that nobody really wants to see. I mean, because if Russ, he can push the pace like that still with the young unit that they have with Bones and, Terrence Mann, like I said, they look like a team. If they really put it together, they look like a team that's really would be almost unbeatable, because like I said, they still got Zoo in the paint, and they got Plumlee coming in behind him. Both of them crash the boards pretty good. Both of them are active on defense, when they're really engaged, and especially Plumlee is always active the whole game. So I mean, I definitely appreciate him, and Zubac's been playing a lot better, lately, so I give him some credit too. But I like what I saw, and like I said, I feel like Russ, shocked the world and let us know like why he is a top 75 player. But at the same time, we got to see more consistency out of Russ, only in regards of, if you're gonna play a game like that and have 2 turnovers, well, be consistent in that area going forward, and you're gonna better your chances of not being talked about in the media, and you're gonna better the Clippers' chances when Kawhi and PG's there to, take this thing home and win a championship.